Let's see what happens. Added right there, 1123. Bought a dip.
All right. You guys should be able to hear me. Sorry, I just getting it. I was like, man, I don't have a drink. I need to get a drink. I was like, man. All right. Sound is good. Cool. Thank you, Nira. I appreciate it. All right. So figured since we didn't do this morning, we could do something a little different today. We could run kind of an end of the day, kind of see what matches up on the larger time frames. It is Monday, so we also have the ability to throw on longer kind of duration contracts with some of the knockouts. It is kind of an abbreviated week, obviously, with Easter this weekend. So it's not a full week, but definitely, provided a little bit something different today now that we have basically, full day worth of market in, and we can kind of see where we go. So right now, you guys should be able to see Forex Factory screen. Hold on one sec. All right, there we go. So the idea was that I'd bring, like I said, bring some of the Nadex contracts across, see what kind of we have for kind of more swing trade base this week. So we'll see. Yeah, I had to pull up a second. I was like, I know I have it here somewhere. I got it. We good. All right, so obviously today wasn't really the biggest mover. It's funny, this morning Todd's like, yeah, we should definitely cover the euro. Like, it's all over the place. I'm like, no, not really. And in 24 hours, it's moved, I guess it moved the most, right? 22 pips. But not really a lot going on, right? Tomorrow morning, got nothing until about 10 o'clock. So it's kind of a slow start to the week, and again, holiday week. As far as the kind of, there's a lot of stuff in here. Fraudsters are laundering millions in relief funds through investment platforms. There's been a lot of kind of interesting news. Now we're talking about stimulus paybacks. Yellen is talking about a couple different measures, but for the most part, none of it's considered like high, really big news. I mean, in the hottest news, we have the notorious BIG's hubcap, right? His hubcap made the top 6 news releases of the day. Yeah. One thing on the, 2 things on the euro, talking about being vulnerable as ECB continues to widen the pace, right? Which we knew they were going to do. And then again, an article on money and credit. But yeah, so a hubcap is one of the top 5 news stories of the day today. So yeah, it's all about those hubcaps, right? All about the hubcaps. So easiest thing to do is just let's just dive into things. What we'll do is we'll run through kind of all the currencies and kind of see where they're at, but we'll do it on kind of a larger scale. So a lot of this, and actually it will give me an opportunity to help kind of, whoops, I don't want to delete that yet. Give me an opportunity to clean up some of the larger time frame charts. I was really busy this weekend, so I didn't get a whole lot of stuff done that I normally do. So I just figured it's kind of an easy enough process to go through. I got my little Nadex button here. All right, so let's pull Aussie first, and let's see where the knockouts are for this position. So let's see where current price is right now. We are sitting at approximately kind of the same piece right here. We're sitting at, let's see, 76.34. So looking at this one, let's see, 76.34. It looks like we have knockouts sitting. I'm not going to mess with that one. I'll pull in this guy up top. You know what? Actually, I'm going to do. I'm going to actually mix this up around a little bit. I'm going to pull this on a different screen. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to move this to here. I'm going to pull this back in here. Let me go and pull this. Oh, I don't know why that shrunk. Oh, no, why? Because it's on a different screen now. Let's go back and do this one. And then I'm going to pull this. Let's add symbols over here. We'll do it at Oanda. That's fine. We need yen in there as well. We'll do that at Oanda. Up top, and just kind of start on these here. Let's go up to an hourly. All right. So I think what I'm gonna start doing is, because we keep trying to go back instead of switching platforms for the Nadex sessions, I'm just gonna start using more of the trading view up here. And because Oanda is one of the options they have, I can actually loop my live account into this one as well. All right. So let's kind of mark off, and let's see. We'll come up with all right. What does this signpost look like? Test. No, that's not what we want. That one won't work. No, let's see. A note. Let me see. I guess I could use that one. That wouldn't be horrible. A flag, a price note. Maybe I'll just do it with the horizontal lines. All right, so let me get this back up for my Nadex platform. All right, so from where current price is right now, it's 76.36. We can see. Let's drop it up to a 4-hour real quick. You're able to tell that we are, right now, I would say we're probably more sitting low on the curve than anything else. We've had buyers turn us around twice in here around the 75, 80-ish area. Obviously the grander, we take, go up to a daily type scenario. It's obviously much, much higher up. Right, it would be considered high here, but talking about where like a lot of the recent stuff is, it's whether we take this high area here looking for shorts, or we drop it down to a 4-hour and say, okay, on a more of a kind of a weekly basis right now, what are we looking at? And in this case, I would say, we definitely have some buyers sitting in this area, so we know we could consider this, somewhat of a low area. So I think the best that we can do with this is let's kind of grab this and we'll do horizontal line so it goes back and forth. So it looks like our closest from 63.37, we have a 63.80. What is it? 63.87. I'm sorry, 63.87. We got a knockout sitting there, and then the closest one, that's the closest ceiling. The closest floor is where are we at? 76. 75.87. 75.87. So that one's a little bit high as well. So that's not going to do us too much good there. Let me see if we can go one more down, because I don't think that'll hold. 75.37. That one actually may be decent. Put it right in there. That one actually is not bad either. All right, so we know where these two are at. Let me see call spreads for the week, actually. Let me do indices. Oops, not indices. Forex, Aussie dollar, the weeklies. Trying to see what we have near our big areas here. Let's pull some prices here on top. Let's do, that's probably not a bad one. And actually, I'm curious to see. 1, 2. Let's see if there's one sitting down there. All right, so 77.57. There is a 77, or hold on, what do we got here? We got a 77.61 sitting right there for a call spread. That is not bad. I like kind of where that one is placed. That could be a decent one if we can get a nice little rally here. And then downside wise, let's see. 75.75. I kind of like that area, but there's not really. Fortunately, it goes from 76.36 to 75.13. So there's not really anything great there bottom side. Although that level's not horrible. Let me see. I'm afraid this call spread is going to get knocked out. Let's see. 75.35. There's a 75.11 for this one. Let's see its market. 75.11. Right in that level right there. These are weeklies, by the way. I'm just trying to get like kind of the weekly look on this one. I'm more curious to see. Yeah, there's that right there. I'm thinking that this could be the play. All right, so here's if we can get a short target sitting right in here somewhere. I would say that there's probably something sitting. Let me see on an hourly if I can make it a little bit cleaner. Man, it's right there. Unfortunately, it's so close. Like I have to say that like there's the level, the test, but unfortunately that's where the knockout is right in there. So it's gonna have to. It's gonna be real close. I'd almost want to take a bounce off that level right there. But we got a knockout sitting right there. And again, there may be some type of a daily there as well. We got a little bit of room to run till we get up to that level, though. Yeah, we got about 50 pips to get up that high. So that could be a level to watch out for. I'd say kind of keep your eye on these two in here. Right? 76.90 to 76.98. This would be dollar weakness, basically rallying up for the Aussie. And then kind of a rollover back to the downside. Could be some opportunity in that one. I think that's the closest thing we got. The 75.7. This is not a horrible area down here, but I think I would only take that based off of news because on the larger time frame, you definitely can't see it. But this is a decent little bounce here. So this is a knockout. Let me go ahead and do a text on that one so we know. Actually, you know what? Maybe I can do the note thing now. Price label. Let's see. Can I see that? Oh, that's not bad. Huh. Yeah, that works. All right. Just so we know what we got going on up there. I'll put that right here for when that comes in. All right. So there's your Aussie dollar. So let's go across, look at Aussie yen. Do the same kind of analysis on this one. It looks like on an hourly, we have a decent level of basing here. Drop it up to a 4 hour right now. We can see where the basing and the test came from. Looks like we have something sitting, right in this level right here, right? Let's throw some price on that one. Price label sitting approximately around 84.33. Downside, unfortunately, we need to go way down here for this one. Man, that's a 4 hour too. Let's see on a 2 hour what we got in here. It's not a super clean level. I mean, I guess it's all right. I'm going to take that whole level right there. Let's see what we got. You can see how big of a difference that is right now. Yeah, it's 190. It's got a way to go. I think top side is wait for this one to rally up. Same thing, about 50 pips at the top side, and then look for a drop on the downside. So let's see, what do we have as far as weeklies go? Let's see, that's 84.33. Wow, there's nothing even remotely close on the call spreads. We go from 83. Yeah, we go from 83.88 to 85.40. We just kind of skipped all the 84s, which is kind of funky. I don't know how that happens. That's weird. Knockouts. Let's see what we got over here. Ooh, there's an 84.79. That could be. It's not a horrible level. There's a 29, which is a little bit too shy. All right, so there's a 29 sitting right here. I'd be very cautious about that one. Again, I like it for spot currency. Let me see what is the risk on this one. It's about 16 pips, so I actually like this one for spot currency as well. It looks like the closest contract you would have would be a knockout, and that knockout would kick in, 84.79, which would be up here, right there. Again, a little bit away from that area. That would be more dealing with kind of this area right here as a potential zone, right? So again, if we go through this one, I think this is probably a decent level though. Nice little pullback and then a very strong rally off of it. I would say that this is probably not a bad little level right here if you can catch this one at the right time of day. All right, 3 would put us right there. Okay. something along those lines. Profit targets down here at approximately 83.87, and top side looking at 84.48. All right. I think that's a decent level. Again, it's a 2-hour level. I have it on the 2-hour. We could probably refine a little bit and go down to like an hourly. Make it a little bit smaller, but I wouldn't go too much. Probably there. If you wanted to shrink it just a tad. It only changes the risk just a little tiny bit. Right there. So it looks like 84.36 to 84.30. So about 12 pips worth of risk on that one. So a decent runner back to the downside. All right. You guys can see it like there. Not a bad level, right? And again, that was kind of like dialed down from the 4 down to the 1. But unfortunately, there's a knockout up top, but it's a little bit off. So not much we can do with that one. All right. So next one would be Euro Pound. So let me go ahead and add Euro Pound. Wanda. Euro Pound. We'll put Euro Pound up top. All right. Euro Pound. All right. So let's see. 4-hour wise. Obviously, this one is very low in the curve. Let's go to a daily. Let's do I think just our regular fib, right? Other way. Okay, drop it down to our 4-hour, see what levels we have. All right. So we obviously got something going on up in here. Kind of a retest from before, but kind of not. I would say the indicator should find this one also. Although it's going to mark it just slightly differently, but I think that's an area there that we need to focus on. I like the way that kind of came down and kind of pulled back up and then had that really, really strong push out of it. I'm wondering if we could refine this one just a little bit. Not really, unfortunately, because that's where it went off the bottom at. So it's probably a decent level. I mean, we're talking about, what do we got in here? 27 to 42, so not the smallest. Let's see, 1 hour, can we get in there better? No, not really. That's where it took. So yeah, I'm marking it this way instead of like the super conservative. I mean, you could have done the super conservative, but I'm really looking to capture like a majority of it. So I'm including the base in here. Yeah, it's all right. I'm more interested at this point. Let me see. Horizontal. What do we got here? Yeah, look at this. We're clear sailing down. Oops. I think this one has room to run into this level here. It's fine. All right. Yeah, this one's got quite a bit of room to run on the downside here. Let me see. Where is Euro Pound? What do we got here? Throw some prices out here. I want to see 86.26. We've got a level down here. 84.43. Let's see. 80. Oh, it helps when you're on the right one. I'm like, wait, those prices aren't right. There's an 86.51, which is way up here. It's a bit too far. I guess it's not that far away. 51 sitting right there. So that actually could be a decent knockout on this one. That one goes from 86.51 down to 84 flat. Well, 84.01. It would be 84.01. Whoops. Right there. So that's what our knockout would look like. That's not actually that horrible. I think I'm okay with that one. Let me change this to a different color. But where's text? Text. Just give me text. KO, let's see. Dot 84.01 to 86.51. 16 is fine. There we go. So that could be an interesting setup. Again, if we can get a little bit of a rally or a little bit of weakness, really, I would say it's probably a little bit more of a weakness in the pound if we can get a rally up. Not a bad position to take. It's about 77 pips, so it's about a day and a half worth of movement on that one. To the top side, it is a potential for a rollover. Like I said, I mean, being a holiday week, it may be something we actually look at next week. But either spot currency or NADEX, I think either of those two is probably decent. Let's see, is there a call spread in this one? Let's see. Around 86.26. No, not really. We go 86.75 to 85.55. So there's nothing really call spread wise. When we do approach it, we can check into the dailies. But right now, there's really not much we can do with that one. Unfortunately, not much we got. Let's see. Let me pull this over here. Hold on one sec, guys. I'm trying to move. Try to maximize. There we go. I realized that I couldn't see your chat too. All right. So that's the euro pound. All right. After pound is euro yen. So let me add euro yen. Oops. JPY. Oh, and then bring this up here. All right. So euro yen is a bit choppier. Let's see. What do we got here? Let's go to a higher time frame. I think this one we need to go to a daily. Yeah, there's a daily level up top. It's way back there, though. Let's see. Yeah. I was trying to see what the indicator had for us on this one. They have 132.25. They have a level. What did I say? 132.25 up top. 132. So there's where the indicator is placed. As far as daily levels go, 133.11. Yeah, it's a huge zone. Huge zone up top. But at least it gives us the ability to kind of draw from it. So we know we got a level up top. I would say like the last really big push. Let's see. I'm going to drop it down to 4 hours, see if I can refine one of these levels a little bit better. Yeah, there's one. We didn't quite hit it. I'm going to take... I think we're going to use this one. And now that we have those two sides, we're going to take this. We're going to split the difference because it needs to be just close. There we go. Actually, you know what? I should use that bottom. I should use that last pivot. All right, we're going to use a pivot there. All right, so there we go. That's better. All right, so let's drop down to a 2 hour. That one's all right. That's not bad. A little bit of test there. So we're going to mark this one as our peak. This one we're going to change to green. All right, so levels that are smaller in here, I would look at this as a potential level here. And I would look at... And I'm tempted to look at this right here and say this one. We'll look at that in a sec. We're going to take probably that. Yeah, we're going to take there. Spins across. Right there. And we're going to throw red on that one. All right. Let's see. With current price where it is now. All right. Let's see what we got. Let me bring NADEX back up again. All right. Euro yen. Call spread weekly. 129.19. There's a 129.37, which actually is not necessarily a bad level. There's a 37 sitting right here as far as a call spread goes. Now, the reason why I say it's not bad is because there could be an argument made that we should be looking for a short in that level. So if we come up and we start doing a basic, there is actually a weekly call spread sitting here. I'm going to change this to like orange, just so we know that it's a little bit different. But there is a probable short there. On a daily basis, let's see. The daily's just printed again, a bit ago, so 129.36. There's a 129.20, which is a bit low. It's kind of where we are right now, right? It's sitting really just it's basically where we're at right now. So we're at the very, very top. Let's see how much, like $20 risk on that one. Yeah, it's a bit much. I'd like it as a little better if it was a little bit higher on that one. 130. This level up top is sitting here at 129.89. There's a 130.45. No, the dailies are a bit far away. There's one sitting up here that's not, it's okay, but that's a lot of movement. So that's not going to work. So let's look at the knockouts and see what we got for this in the euro yen. 129. Wow, there's a 129.36. But like I said, if it starts to push up a little bit, it needs that one. Right now, the 129.36 has about $18 worth of risk in it. Okay. You guys can see it right here. 129.36. Sitting right there. It's a little bit dangerous because even here you can see that we have the basing, right? You can see the basing up top on this one, right? If I was going to draw this on Nadex, right? A little bit dangerous that it's sitting right before that one. So I don't think that one is going to work. Whoops. Let's see. What else have we got in here? The 130.36 is way up in here. That's in kind of in the middle of nowhere. 129.86, again, that's sitting right before this level. Man, so basically both of these are sitting right below the level. So yeah, no knockout. Unfortunately, there's no knockouts for euro yen. That sucks. All right, well, we'll have to play that one, with something else during the day. So not much we can do about that one. Euro dollar, right? So euro dollar, we talked about this earlier today. Pushed over here, you can see we got a bunch of news releases coming in the next couple of days. Yeah, I mean it's pushed down. This is the 2 hours, so you can see it really hasn't done much. In 24 hours, it's only about 22 pips, so not much movement. I would say that it's kind of stabilizing at this point. We know we're in a bigger area here. I'll bring it back up to, I guess, what the 4 hour originally drew that off of. Yeah, all this level here, and I could refine that down and use it here. We probably drew it off the daily. You can see that's exactly where we're slammed in right now. Okay, so I would say, this one's kind of an interesting setup because it's obviously it's pushed to the extreme and it's really found buyers step in. I mean, if we wanted to shrink this down just to this level, you can see this has been pretty decent. It hasn't been able to really gain traction in either direction. And again, it's just literally chopping back and forth. There was a gap, here's the Sunday gap, and it grabbed it and went. But even so, I would say that this is kind of a cautious one. Like we closed here. We closed at 1792 and we opened at 1798 or 1789. So 3 pip difference. It would not have been, would not really have qualified as a Sunday gap. And actually this week we didn't have any because none of them really moved enough. I would say this one is interesting in the fact that, again, we do have some basing here. We have touched and touched again. We do have more of kind of the lower peaks coming down, but I would really say there's just not much trend in this one. I'd be looking for a place to go long, but Europe's going to have to get out of its own way. Let me see. We don't have anything today. This could help it a bit. This is quite a high consumer confidence number. I mean, everybody's saying how great the economy is now, but we did see spending go down last time, which is typically a result of consumer confidence. So if this consumer confidence number is lower than what it was previously, this could definitely lead to, kind of a flip down and a retracement in this euro dollar. On Wednesday, the non-farm number, again, it's showing a huge increase with all these positive numbers. They're going to, you'd be convinced that we were full back to, full recovery, but I don't know if we're quite there yet. So a lot of positive forecasts, but any of these any negativity in these whatsoever, again, we could lead this dollar kind of crashing back down again. So I would say it's probably more set up for that one. I'd be looking for a way to go long. I just don't really have a great entry down here. Let's see, knockout wise, do we have any good knockouts that are even remotely close? Let's grab some price. Put this down here. 117.62 is about where we're at. There's a 116.42, but I mean that's sitting here, right? That's kind of pushing the daily level here quite a lot. Everything else is way, way, way down there. So I mean, there is. Let's just put that on there. What is it? 117.42. Right there. That's where the knockout is. So it's in the extreme. Actually, let me see. I wonder if I can go back enough. Let's go to 3 hours. I'm curious if it'll let me zoom in enough into this level. Hourly. Ooh, maybe. Maybe. Let's see. There. I really need to mark that, but that is the top candle. Yeah, so let's see. That's where it looks like we are. Let's see. Oof, that's close. Look at that. It's a little chunk into the way there. That's a close one. That is a close one. Yeah, I don't know. I would say look for a long on this one somewhere, but we don't really necessarily. I mean, even on the 30-minute right now, there's not a decent candle that I'd be willing to take anything long off of. So, I want to say long. I want to say there's a bounce in here, but I don't have a candle to form a base. And like I said, this is going back quite a ways to find a 30-minute level. Can we even see it on that 30? Maybe. Let's see if it gives us anything better. I mean, the problem is we have the retest off this candle here. Nah, there's no way to shrink it because of the way that it was formed. So, yeah, it's kind of a hard one, Oh, well, there's not a whole lot we can do on that one. Let's go to pound yen. Did I have pound yen over here yet? No, I didn't. Let's throw pound yen in there. Oops, 4 ANDA. I do not need that one. All right, let's pull this up. Pound yen and then pound dollar. I'm trying to put them in the same order there. All right, so this is a little bit of an interesting one. Let's pull this back up to a 4-hour, get you guys on the curve. As you can see, curve-wise, again, on a 4-hour basis, again, you can see that this is going way, 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 way up, but I think we do need to respect the buyers that we have stepping in. Decent level here, nice push up. The way that it looks now, though, I'd be more willing to kind of take this short than long. Let's draw this one. See if I can get a better level on the daily. No, not really. I was hoping to grab a decent level here. I'm gonna have to use this, I think. 2-hour. I'll do it off of that. I keep doing that. Oh, I did it right. I'm gonna do it to there. All right, let's go back into 30-minute. It's interesting level. You know what? I'm not going to use that. I'll use horizontals. So there's your level of basing, and that's exactly what we ran into. So we know we have some sellers in there. We had a decent little failure to go higher up top. The price level on that one is approximately around 151.74. Let's see. 151. There's a 151.68, but again, that's so close here on the downside. It'll get stopped out when we go to hit this one. Top side is 151.87. Yeah, there's nothing close on the top side. So none of the knockouts are going to work for the pound on the top. Let's see. Excuse me. Pound yen weekly 151. Man, there's nothing close. We go from 151.18 up 50 to 152.43, which is all the way up here, which is like pushing the extreme. It's a double top too. I don't know if I'm into that one or not. Yeah, there's a call spread of 152.43 right there, which actually is probably not necessarily a bad one. Question is if we can get there by the end of the week is going to be the big question. It's about 130, so we're about a day off. It needs to be a big day. Yeah, right now with it kind of basing, not surprised. I think levels to look out for. I mean, obviously, you got to watch out for the bottom here. It's not the cleanest of entries. It is in the middle third, so we got to kind of watch that. As far as on the 30-minute, there's not a lot of clean levels on the downside. Let me check the indicator real quick. Do we have anything decent? No, it's got this marked off, and it's got this marked off, but it's a little bit different of a candle. Oh, it's a 30-minute. That's why. Yeah, the 30-minute. So the indicator on MT4 has this one marked off as well, right? Again, still middle of the curve, but because of the explosion off of it, and it's a London Open, that's why this one's marked. These are both London Open trades. So question is, if we can rally back down again, if we can put ourselves right here before the London Open, 150.67, we know that we do have some buyers down there. They've already been down there once. And there's not anything. Let's see, there's no weekly. Is there a daily? 151.20 is the it's actually above price. And then we go 149.95 all the way down here. So yeah, they're jacked. Unfortunately, this one is jacked. We can't do anything with the call spreads. Knockouts on this one. 150.68, which is right before this level, so it'll get broken, and then 150.18, which is down here. All right, so there's a knockout. So this may be one that's decent. If we can get a run down on this one, right, over the next, I don't know, day or 2 days into this level, there is a knockout there as well. So let me mark this one off for text. Actually, you know what? I won't do the text. I will do this one. I will do KO. What'd I say? 150. Oops. 150.18 to 152.68. All right. So here we go. So it'll let us know what's down there. Now, either of those two levels I think would be fine. If we can rally down on this 150.68, I'm sorry, 67.8. I'm fine either way. I think those are spot currency ones. Those are fine because of the push. Again, they were both initiated at the London Open. So I think either of those is fine. As far as Nadex goes, obviously that's going to be, sitting over here. We got some room to run. The 151, if we do from now till morning start to rally back up again, I do think that's probably a decent reversal based off this pattern. We had the push, the base, and then the pullback. So I do think that could be a decent drop down here. It's that little kind of Harry Potter lightning bolt from that 152.75. I do think the pound will strengthen, but again, now they're having issues. They're talking about tariffs with the United States. There's some things that need to be fixed on this one. So just watch that. All right, pound dollar. So pound dollar, you can see this one had a very quick race up. Initiated with the London Open, and then we hit the U.S. Open, and we came right back down, and we're in the exact same spot. In 24 hours, this one has moved a total of minus 30 pips. It's a little bit lower than where we were, but for the most part, we're kind of stabilized in this one as well. Looking at this on a 4-hour, I would say, it kind of came off this level here. Like there was the gap from the 21st, right? Had you been drawing it, you'd say, yeah, we came back up, we touched it on the 4-hour, and then I've just pushed back down again. This one does look like it has a little bit more room to run to the downside. And again, some of the positive numbers, they are forecast good. That could also provide the same type of opportunity. I don't really like the bottom of that. Let me see where this is a nice little push here, but obviously the trade's already occurred. Let's throw a price label here. 138.45. Let's go down to, let's do knockouts first. There's a 138.41, which is right here, which is not going to do us any good because it's most likely going to get stopped. The next one is 138.90, which is all the way up here, which is beyond that zone. And I guess, if we wanted to take this level here up top, there is another smaller one there. Let's see. Where is that? It's 138.71 to 138.87. So that one actually is not bad. So it looks like we have a knockout sitting, what did I say, 138.91? 138.91. So we got a knockout sitting right there. Right? Let's see. KO. 1.3641 to 1.3891. There we go. There we go. That actually may not be a bad level because, again, if I remove this one, just so you can see it, we have a level sitting there. And again, a little bit of a test, little push away. I do think it will get front run though, most likely. Probably by this little level right here. Right. I think it's going to have to break through this, and this is a pretty violent return. So I do think that this may be a little bit of a level that may give us a little bit of an issue. But I think, again, if we can rally up to there, I think that could be a London Open area. As far as other London Open areas, there's a small couple hiccups down here. I'd have to see. I'd probably I'd love to say take the bottom one, but I kind of like the hiccup here better because it came back and tested it. I kind of think that one is probably a better level. And again, this is going to require a drop of 50 pips from now till the London Open. So you got 9 hours to be able to move 50 pips, 10 pips an hour. It's possible. Right? But I think as far as trading, trading ranges tomorrow, 138.37, 137.08 on the bottom side would be the two that we're looking for. Let's add dollar CAD now. USD CAD, add that for Rwanda. Drag that forward. Whoops. Drag that forward. Click dollar CAD. All right. Dollar CAD. That's pretty ugly. So this is what you need to look at here and be like, hey, is this a good one? You have this consolidation here. You are coming off of a 4-hour level sitting right there. And again, we've hit that kind of twice. And again, we could adjust it forward a bit to today, right? It's the same level. So you could say it's already hit twice, but it did have a pretty decent push off of it. Let me confirm with the indicator. What is this, a 4-hour? Yeah, the indicator didn't mark that one off, surprisingly enough. They don't have a level till here, which, Here's where the indicator's marking this one, is here. But again, this is a drop base and then a nice drop. It hit it once, hit it twice, so it has hit it twice. So we're sitting kind of in the middle of the curve on this one, at least in MT4 right now. So it's drawn technically right like this right now. Right? So as you can see, we're kind of floating right around the middle. Let's see. Let me see a little hidden. I'm looking for hidden levels. Yeah, there's a little one right there. That's what I thought. I was like, there's a little bump over here that I like. I would say here's a decent long. Little 2-hour hidden level there. And again, nice push away, kind of came back again, hit it again, and then boom, that's what gave it the power to punch higher. So yeah, that's not a bad little level. I may be willing to take this one depending on when we hit. I think that level right there, 124.80 to 124.72. Let me see if we got anything even remotely close in Nadex. I don't typically, in all honesty, guys, I don't do a whole lot of Nadex and dollar CAD. I think they got this one completely jacked up. They're convinced that this is like the pound yen times 4, and it's definitely not. There's a 124.77, which is kind of in the middle here for knockout, so I don't think that one's holding. There's a 124.27, which is all the way down here. No, this one's all kind of funky and jacked up. Let me see. On a weekly basis, we got 124.49, which is way down here. On a daily basis, oops, not that one. On a daily basis, we got a 124.65. So that's not bad. We got a 124.65. But again, it's a daily, so it's most likely not going to do all that in one day. I'm just saying that there was something down here. It's a bit far, so let's remove that. Let's see. Top side, what do we got? We're 125.85. There is a 125.90 kind of where we are right now, but this level goes up to 126.30. Yeah, this is one of those ones too. So the ceilings go 125.90, and the next closest one is 127.15, like all the way the heck up here. So they're just on crack on this one. So yeah, there's unfortunately not a whole lot we can do with this one. I'd wait for U.S. Open. You could take either one of these two, and again, this would be a spot currency trade. Either of these levels, I think, are probably decent for a spot trade. And actually, I'd probably move this one up just a bit. Put it there. Okay, 126.66. All right, after dollar CAD, we go to dollar Swiss. Let's go ahead and add this one, USD Swiss. And all right, dollar Swissy. All right, so dollar Swiss is more or less sideways at this point. We are in the upper bracket. I'm trying to see if there's any hidden, and there's a little bit of a zone. I'm going to draw this one, although we are using much larger time frames. We're using a daily. This is what we're using for the curve. Now you can see we're definitely in the higher piece of it. I'm actually going to drop the curve on this one and do it more intraday this week. I'm going to probably pull it from. Yeah, I'm going to pull it from there. Whoops. Crap, not that. I keep clicking the second button. We're going to put it there. All right. 2 hour. Let's see what we got. Yeah, you see what we're running through right now. All right, so let's take this. We'll go horizontal line. I mean, really, there's the level. There's your level right there. Let's mark off this up top. You guys can see it went right through that level. See where we are up top. Now, again, this is so far away right now. Yeah, you're talking about 60 pips, so this would have to have a lot of movement. I would say watch this one. It's kind of boxed in right now. We do have this little level basing, and again, this is 2 hours. It's not one of the normal time frames. It is kind of one of like the ones where you can find some hidden levels on. Okay. Like I said, I don't talk about it too much, but in my trading, I will drop down it when I have the ability to drop down to it. I'll look at it. You can see the basing, the touch. So I'd say that's kind of, and I would refine this one up to about probably like here. You know what? No, we'll use the bottom. Kind of in those levels. And again, this could be something for tomorrow morning with news that we look at. You know, if it starts to kind of go back sideways, there could be something in this one. Nothing I like right now. I mean, like I said, it's kind of going sideways. It's minus 2 pips in 24 hours, so not really the biggest mover right now. So not a whole lot we got to worry about. Let's go up and look at dollar yen. All right, so dollar yen is like poised up here, right? It's like super high. Yeah, we're sitting at a daily level right now, which is going to make this one a little bit more difficult. You know, we could definitely mark this level off here, right? But I think the name of the game has just been dollar strength, dollar strength, dollar strength. It's kind of at extreme right now. I'd almost be looking for some type of a pullback through. Again, we had a high, we had the touch, and again, this was the first touch of it, and now we've kind of pushed and based, and we're holding. At this point, I would expect this one actually to go higher. It looks like it wants to break higher. It's formed some sell. You know, it's obviously got some buyers in here, and that's what it just touched. So once it finally breaks through, it may kind of bounce between these two levels. But if we can get a break above this level here, whoops. If we can get a break above, man, why does it keep hitting that button? Stop right there. 109.85. I think this one has the ability to head back up to probably like the 110, 30-ish range. Probably about a 30 pip move to the top side. Obviously, with horrible news, this one will kind of turn and roll tomorrow as well. But remember, tomorrow there's just consumer confidence. It would be this non-farm employment change would be the big kind of turning point. So that's a big question if we get through or not. I would say watch out for this level right here. This level is floating at approximately 109.26. Is a decent level of basing even on the 1 hour, and it led this rally. This rally is about a 62 pip rally. It's a decent move, particularly when you look at the rest of these candles. But right now, I would say probably bearish, but it's going to ping pong back and forth. It did find buyers. They based right below it, so we knew that they were there. But look for a breakout of 109.85, and there's not really any contracts that are going to be great for that one. So that's good there. Let's see what else. Indices wise, let's pull those. Those I have in here up top. I just want to point out that Tesla's back at 611. Every time that when it goes back up to 700, Joel has to post every time. I'm being nice. I haven't told Joel that it's back down. It's this level, 611. We want it to come all the way back down here. Stick it to Nancy. All right, so ES. So ES, we had a nice little kind of burst off of this one. Now we're on an hourly chart right now. You can see this is obviously last week on the 26th. Today was kind of a lot more, I'd say, not as crazy, right? We had a level up top at 39.72 that we were looking for it to get to. It didn't. It got close. We were sitting right here this morning, and we talked about being negative the position. At 10 o'clock, it found its bottom. And again, right kind of where we expected, right? I mean, here's a level of basing, right? We hit a 15-minute level of basing at 10 o'clock in the morning, 10:30, right? 10:15, 10:30, 10:45. It did what it was supposed to do. Now, it didn't quite get up to our short area, so again, that's something we want to kind of keep note of. I would say watch this for a level tomorrow. The best way to play this one is always the 15 minutes. Change this to yellow. I'd watch it again, but 39.72. Let me see if there's an overnight in this one on anything. Knockouts, indices. Let's go to 500. There's a 39.72 or 79.30, 73, 39.73, which is right here. It's like, if there was a 39.80, I'd be all over that one. There's an 83 in it up here, but I don't know. I don't know if that gets up there tomorrow morning. That may be worth taking a shot in, depending on what type of basing we get in that level. Man, we're high on this one. There's a couple of them getting ready to be broken up here. That one's not horrible. Let me see call spread. Daily 39. No, there's nothing close. There's a 39.60, a 39.80, and then a 4,000. So, I mean, I guess there's a 39.80. There's one sitting right above. Right? I guess there's one sitting right there. Change this to purple. I can't really tell that that's purple. There we go. So there is a call spread up there, which is decent with this level, which may be worth rolling over, but I don't know. We got to look at it, see what it does in the morning time. We'll see if the European session takes this one and runs it back down. That's a daily contract, so it's not something we can run for a whole lot of time. And that one expires in 21 hours and 16 minutes. So, just be careful with that one. Like I said, if consumer confidence is negative, that could lead us to roll, but everybody's talking about how great everything's going right now. So just be a bit cautious with that one. NQ. So from this morning with NQ, we talked, we were sitting right in here, the 9 o'clock era. There we go. We grabbed the zone that we talked about, one at 12.960. Again, 15-minute zone. As you can see, this one took a decent fall, right? From our level from this morning. It went all the way to the opposing level, right? It ended up going a little bit deeper, but about 138 points to the downside. So decent bounce too. And the bounce occurred at 10 o'clock. So again, 10 o'clock reversal off a 15-minute level of basing all the way back up to the zone. So here was your opening trade. Here was your reversal trade, and it did retest it. And then started the roll. So we're in that level again. I wouldn't use this level again. It's been hit now 3 times since this morning. It's kind of the same setup. It's sitting in that level. It's getting close to the upper third. I'd almost be willing to say, this would be maybe worth a shot in the overnight, but I feel like it's going to be a little bit slow based off of the movement that we saw. I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, this is a 15-minute chart, but I wouldn't be surprised if this kind of does like something and kind of comes over here. It depends. I mean, we'll see when the overnight guys start getting into this one, but this is a double, kind of a mirrored wick. I'm wondering if we come down and we base off of this one at the European Open. I mean, there'll probably be some headlines from the UK to retaliate back, but I don't know. It's an all right level. Like I said, best way to look at this one is see where we are with the 15 minutes, 15-minute chart right beforehand. Today, again, it was worth 133 down, 133 back up again. So you could have had your entire day just off the NQ, and it really hasn't moved much from where we talked about. So looking at the Dow. So Dow's continuing to drive higher. This one I haven't updated for a bit. Let's go to, we actually had a spike above, so we can raise that one just a little. Right there. And Dow, as I mentioned before, I think Dow has the ability to go higher. I think this is going to lead with recovery. Consumer staples, people purchasing, buying, getting back to work, transportation starting to kind of kick out again. all this is great to the top side. It's the one that, before we liked NQ, now then we were into the NQ short. This is one of those ones I think we need to go long with. 2 hour doesn't have any hidden levels on it. 1 hour doesn't really have much either. I'd be looking for a base. And then again, once we find those bases, look for this one to run higher as well. I don't see any reason why this one can't keep going higher. Right? Yeah, it's not even like a decent base. I don't know. This one rolls over in the middle of the night. I'd watch for this level down here. 32,800 would be kind of a takeoff point. I think these are all good levels to go higher. So, got to say, I'd be more positive. Looking at oil. So here's the 30-minute on oil. We got super close to it. We missed it, and then around here, right around the 9 o'clock, we talked about getting back to a decent level. We were hoping for it to go just a bit higher before falling, and it did. It fell. It just didn't go up anymore. It just fell and then came back and is pushed over and kind of closed where it opened. It's a bit higher, obviously, the Suez Canal thing, with the ship being floated, moving, whatever it is. This is kind of what I'm looking right now, is if we're able to break through the top of this with a decent kind of push. And again, we've hit this a few times. It's kind of broken now, but seeing a push above the 62.24 level, it doesn't have a whole lot. There's a little minor hiccup right here. I think we can see it on the 30-minute. Yeah, you can see there's a little tiny hiccup right here to here, right? But besides that, I guess there's another one there, but it's got a decent push higher, right? So I think this one has the ability to run up into the 61 area. We have crude oil inventory this week, but I do feel that with growth and everything and recovery going back again, I feel like this starts to stabilize right now. And we take a little hop in the morning, maybe even the European session, and we see $63 in oil. I hate to say that because I'm like, no, I don't want more expensive gas, but on a technical level, there's nothing in here stopping this. It's a 30-minute level at 10 o'clock in the morning, so it's not like it's an off hour. There's not going to be a whole lot to stop this all the way up. So, yeah, $3 oil coming. Oh, I don't want $3 gas. That ship didn't have 4-wheel drive. No, it's 6V. Everybody's doing the 6v6. You didn't see that vehicle? The Apocalypse 6x6. That's the new one. It was actually at Barrett Jackson. Somehow I found it on Instagram. Yeah, it's really cool. Apocalypse. I'm glad I spell so great. 6x6. Yeah, it's like here. Look, this is the Apocalypse. This is what all the big kids are getting now. See, it's like $200,000. Barrett Jackson. There was one that was at Barrett Jackson this weekend. But yeah, the starting price is $150. But yeah, for $200,000, you too can have the basically a 6-wheeled Jeep is what it really boils back down to. Right? So again, could this in the Apocalypse, would this kill some zombies? I would say that it does, right? But yeah, so I see this, even though we're gonna have a surge once the ship is actually out, I think $63 is something that you hate to say it, but I feel like we're gonna see 63 in the next day or two. James is over there cracking open the new case of Shine, right? Well, once my dog Econ reaches the moon. Yeah, I know, right? But yeah, $63 in oils is what I expect. Gold, you can see gold is like, which way do we go? 9:30 this morning, we had one tank down. And that was kind of it, right? Talked about a level here at 1606, 1607, right? We knew the buyers were stepping in. I think that was on a 30-minute we drew that one. Oops, not 15. 30 minutes. Yeah. We set this one here. Look. Chop, 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 boom. And where did it do? It hit the same exact level. So, and I would say even right now for the overnight, you can see we just had this little level right here at basing and we just came up and touched it. So, is there room for this one, the short and the overnight? It absolutely could be. It is kind of still in the retrace, but, at this point, it's starting to get consolidated with market close. Not absolutely a huge mover. Let's see. Gold, 85% of people are long right now, right? Kind of a high amount, right? If everybody's long, could it go lower? Sure. It's going to have some issues with this, though. And like I said, we had this one level behind that it kind of chopped through and found some buyers eventually. So it is getting into kind of murky waters. Consumer confidence will affect it tomorrow morning as well. I would say any type of longs you have, again, make sure you're out before this level here, coming in at 1723. It's obviously a huge push down. We knew there was something going on with that one. But as fast as that is, I wouldn't be surprised if this tries to retrace up. So if we do get some stabilization in here in the next couple of hours, if it does kind of pull back up and stabilize, then look for it to bounce off the top and go higher. So, this one finally collapsed. It took till like, finally, it only took how many hit punches down, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, pull up, and then yeah. So yeah, lots of movement on that one. I can remove this. This. I just want to move it. Eat right there. There you go. All right, so there's gold. Silver. So we also talked about silver being negative this morning, and again, it rallied up a little bit. Unfortunately, this was a really hard one because there's so many wicks in here. But we talked about it being lower. You can see the market here closed right here, right? So this one ended up taking, how big of a fall did this have? From really 930 where we opened. Again, 50 cents to the downside, 48, 48.5 to the downside. So, not horrible. We talked about there being a little support and resistance trap just a bit lower. It looks like it didn't. It made an attempt, but no, they didn't fall for the trap before they turned it and rallied higher. So, but that's what we were originally looking for. We were looking for push down, a trap, and a push back up again. We missed it by a little bit. It didn't quite go as low. But I would say also be negative in this one as well. This one is more or less hits retrace. God, look at the gaps in here. There's so many little gaps. Let's see on a 30. Can we see this one? Yeah. It's all right. I would say there's not gonna be anything really reliable to trade. Now till probably at least the European or the European Open. Probably more of a mover tomorrow than anything else. Unfortunately, not much else more we're gonna be able to do. Yeah, I mean, I'd look for that. Let's see. 4-hour wise. Look at this. Chop, 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 chop. Bang, bang, bang. I'm going to delete these now just to kind of clean the chart. All those were successful. 25, 25. You can see this one tested on the other side. Well, let's refine that level. Let's see. Do we have that on hourly? Kind of an ugly level. Kind of an ugly level because it spends so much time there. I mean, like, we love this, right? Quick up and down type things. This is a long time. It did test. So yeah, we got to keep that on our radar. 125 or 25.21. I think this will be. I think I'm still waiting for the trap down here. I think there'll be a trap at 24.36. Yeah, probably these. It's probably top and bottom. I wouldn't be surprised though if we get just a little bit of a hiccup. We're outside of market hours now, so if it does decide to tick down the last 25 cents, yeah. I mean, if we tick down the 25 cents in the overnight, there's not going to be enough retail money out there to stop this one. The trap won't work. If we're floating around it by morning, then look for the trap. So yeah, it's in there. It's all right. All right. Besides that, that is it. That is all of them. Natural gas we don't look at too often. Look at natural gas spiking. It's like no, I matter. Natural gas is getting an area to short. Bitcoin kind of back up again. TLT. What do we got here? TLT is bouncing off a gap too. Right there. Let's see, dollar index. What do we got here? How high this thing is. That's interesting for tomorrow. Interesting. So we are approaching a daily supply zone in the dollar. So again, Negative situation for the dollar. I wonder if that is what's going to help propel this trade higher. Have to watch that one as that one unfolds. May check that one out again later tonight. Again, dollar inside of his zone, and then little knockout bracket sitting right there, or a little knockout contract sitting right there. That one's interesting. That one may be worth following later. Interesting. All right, so that's all we got for tonight. So, like I said, a little bit different of a session, trying to match contracts as best as we could when we had them. Unfortunately, a lot of these other ones, like all the indices, are going to be all morning. Oh, sorry, I couldn't get the mute button. Sorry about that, guys. All the indice contracts we're gonna have to look at first thing in the morning to find those 15-minute levels. Dollar, gold and silver, I don't think we're going to move too much in those knockouts. I don't really like as much. Oil, I think we have the ability to get to 63 tomorrow. The currencies we talked about, where there was ones that matched. Like I said, I think Wednesday morning is going to be a better time to find a lot of those. See where those contracts run tomorrow. Like I said, there's a couple of them that are kind of interesting. But again, a couple of them are just really kind of funky as far as where where they're being plotted at. I wish they would do them a little bit more in touch with reality, but we got a lot of these situations where the knockout, unfortunately, is right before the zone, so it doesn't do us any good. But yeah, but I think once to watch tomorrow morning. I think this pound one, if we can go top or bottom, I think at the London Open, spot currency trades at 38.37, 37.08 would probably be decent. Euro, like I said, looking for some place to get long. Euro yen, if we can get up to this 129.63, could be worth taking a shot on this one to the downside. This is a 2-hour level right now. Again, you can see it's kind of a funky one to draw. I mean, I guess we could shrink it just a little bit, like in there, right? 129.37. It doesn't help it too much. Again, because of that one spike on the 30 minutes. So, it's a level that's close. Euro pound. Like I said, we've retraced everything at this point. I'd be looking for more of a retracement back down at this point, the way that it's basing right now. And again, wait for a red, green, red. Once we get that confirmation of a break of the basing level, again, look for it to drop lower. This is not one of those zones that we have to worry about as much because the deepest candle is the one that took off versus it being the second candle back. So this is not a zone that I'm worried about as much. And I think, if this one continues to push down, take it all the way back down into 85.10. Get your profit. Typically, get your profit before that level. Okay, make sure you cash out of that one quick. I think that was the only ones in the overnight. This one had nothing. This one had nothing. This one's already spiking through. And again, we're looking for a push above base and a pullback of that. So we could get it there. I don't think any of the Aussies have anything. No, the Aussies don't really have anything great either. So yeah, kind of a boring Monday. It's just one of those things. It's going to happen. As I said, this is 4 pips, 6 pips, 5 pips, 1 pip, 1 pip, 17 pips. I mean, this is a 130 pip a day mover. So, how is that triangle looking on euro? Euro dollar? This? Were you here for this one? I'm not sure when you got here. Are you talking about this? Yeah, this one is pretty boring. Yeah, basically we talked about how there's a knockout sitting down here. If we can potentially get there, it may be worth something, but unfortunately it's in the top like 20. Yeah, we're in the top like 20% of that zone, so it's kind of like it's pretty risky because there's orders sitting right below it. So it's kind of like, it's not ideal. So I think the best thing to do would be to drop this down to a 30 minutes, see where we are, see if we get any type of like overnight levels that will form. But I wouldn't be willing to take a long off of that from here. And even down here, it's not like the best. It's not the best of levels, right? We're sitting here right now. So, there's something little there, but I don't know. I would say I do think it's more in a position to go higher. I think it's got to go lower first, but then I think it's poised to kind of gain some ground against the dollar tomorrow. It's just where we start. I don't know where it's going to start from. Right now, it's not giving me an indication that it's ready to start yet, based off the lower tops and the peaks that just keep kind of hitting the same area. And they've actually broke it and they've stabilized there. But if you look at the stabilization off of kind of like this basing level here, and we've hit it 1, 2, 3 times. So I don't know, maybe look for a short, maybe look for a break of 1761. Look for something, maybe look for this. Is there enough room? Yeah, there's enough room. Maybe look for something like that if we get a break. But we got to see where we're at for the European Open. That's going to be the big thing, right? It's where the European Open is. So I'd like to take it long because I think it will go up. I think they will start getting some recovery, but yeah, not there yet. So, all right, let's go ahead and do the drawing. Make sure I get you guys your pip chips because I know how you guys are. Now, look at this. There's only 3 of you in tonight because, again, we're morning time people, right? Right? We're morning people, right? So your chances of winning are extremely high today, right? Because we are the normal morning crowd. Oh, you guys can't see this yet. There you go. 5 people in. So Ernest is like, oh, I have a great chance of winning. I'm throwing 2 tickets in. And I'm sure people tomorrow will complain. They'll be like, hey, wait, you did a drawing last night? Like, yeah, the people that were on, I had to reward them, right? Had to do some rewarding. All right, so what I'll do is I'll close it down. We'll do the pip chip giveaway today. And then, again, remember, tomorrow, there's no giveaway because I'll be on Nadex at noon. All right? So winner of tomorrow's drawing, or today's drawing is... Wow. You had a 20% chance of winning. Wait, is that a snake? Wow, look at that. He's got a little... Wow. Can you guys see that? It's like a lizard or something, or like a snake with no fangs. I know, Ross, right? Do you guys have that little PogChamp thing? It says emote PogChamp. It's like a lizard, I think. It's either a lizard or a snake with no teeth. I don't know what it is. How is that snake? All right, is it a snake though, Ernest? I mean, it has no fangs. And do snakes have big eyes like that? Like with all that, I feel like that's like a lizard, right? I feel like it's a lizard, guys. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. Oh, you can't see that. Wait, I can do it. I don't know. Can you guys? Maybe it's different. Here, let me do this. Screen. You guys, can you see it there? I don't know if that's popping up enough. Right? Can you see it? It's a rig snake. Maybe. Right? Maybe. I don't know. But I'm like, what is that? So, yeah. So, congratulations, Neuro. This is what happens. You show up at night. You guys can take advantage of there not being a whole lot of people here. Right? Leaderboard. Neuro, let's give Neuro his 25. Look at that. Look at that. Simple, 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 simple. So, all right. I don't think there's any other big news. What else we got? Australian forecast, bullish flag, got it. Women in trading, introduction to trendline analysis. So, yeah. Euro to struggle as Euro's economy outperforms. Go for it, Rich. Break it down for us, man. Hey, look, the Dixie runs even higher as the U.S. lags yield, right? Gold prices, gold bears emerge as gold plunges. Yeah, because 85% of people are long. 77% of people, I love this. 77% of people are net short the Dow, and I'm over here telling you to go long, right? 57, 50, 54 on the pound, 60. Yeah, look at this. Bearish, man. Everybody's trying to get rid of their gold. Sell, sell, sell. And euro dollar, this guy's, yeah, I don't know, 2 different messages. So, yeah, she's already passed out. She came home from work actually and passed out. So she's with the girl. Yeah, she literally she came into the house. I was like, why don't you? I was like, get out of your work clothes. She got in her pajamas and then 5 minutes later she was passed out. So, yeah, she's hurting. I mean, this happened with Jen too, but not quite to the same level. I don't know. And like I said, I don't know if you guys ever heard, when she did the search into kind of like symptoms, that symptoms tend to be worse in pregnancy when it's a boy. No, Ernest, that's what I said. I was like, it's got to be twins. I was like, it's got to be twin boys as bad as it is. And she's like, I'll kill you. So, yeah. But no, she had an ultrasound and they only found one. But I was like, hey, maybe they couldn't see it because it was behind the other one. Like, it's very hard to see kids when there's 2 of them. I know from having Asher and Reese, right? You got to move in like strange positions to find it. Like when they're little, it's hard. Like when you find it, like, yep, there we go. We zoom in, right? And then you got to like keep moving around and like wedge things like all over the place to find the second one. Yeah, if it's twins, I'm in trouble, Ernest. I have to come live with you. I'm telling you right now. Yeah. If it's a boy, I may have to come live with you. But if it's twins, yeah. Yeah, I said that. No, I don't think it's triplets. I don't think she's anatomically big enough for triplets. Twins would be rough. She'd have like 2 2-pound babies or something. Yeah. No, definitely not triplets. Triplets, yeah. But yeah, twins, I was like, I don't know. That could be kind of cool. Another set of twins. Jin would be the only single. I was like, it would be twin boys. I'd have 2 sets of twin boys. Like, yeah. Could you imagine? 3 sets of kids, right? 2 sets of twin boys. Man, I would be in trouble. No, she'll be happy as long as the baby's, as long as the baby's healthy, she'll be fine. But she's like, I'm going to have to prepare myself. It's a boy because there's already too many boys here. I was like, I have 2 boys and a girl. I'm like, if Jin gets a brother, then it's even, right? So, all right. I'll catch you guys later. I'm going to go check on dinner. And, if she wakes up, I got to make sure I got some food for her. So I will catch you guys tomorrow morning. Make sure you guys jump on the YouTube broadcast. And we had Mondays, we typically have a big number. I think we had over 50 this morning. So make sure you guys are getting in there. A lot of the trades are hitting in the morning in that 15-minute window. Pretty much every day, one of the ones we talk about goes full profit target. So with that said, I'm out of here. I'll catch you guys. Thanks for signing in. I appreciate it. Sorry again that I had to kind of move things back. But I appreciate you guys jumping on tonight. So you guys take care.